credit, and 98% of all applicants are approved. It's that simple. With AmeriFactors, there's no more waiting for your customers to pay. We give you the funds up front, then we wait for your customers to pay us. Fund your business today. Call AmeriFactors right now.
800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. That's 800-847-1183.
Guys, it's Fifth Street Sports. We got another gorgeous Wednesday afternoon here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're on Sports Byline, USA Radio Network, American Forces, iHeart. Catch us streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. Guess what, guys? We're gonna get a big doses of Chip Chirimbus. He's in the house. We got Florida Rick. Great show, Chip. Nice to see you in the house, buddy.
It's always great to be here. You know that.
There's Florida Rick. Rick, one thing they said on thing, we're going to prohibit you from Golden State games because you're so awesome and everything else, but Golden State seems to be the thorn in your side, my friend.
Yeah,
Rick, did you have Denver last night?
Yeah, we had Denver
and under. So we with the under two. So we split.
I took Denver as well.
That was.
But you guys, we got a great show. But before we get on there, Rick, I just want you to document something on your calendar. You too, Chip. You know, we know dates of like December 7th, 1941, September 11th, 2001. We got 11/22/63. Well, there's another date, you guys, and that's 4/2/2019. The AAF has gone out of business. The players have had to actually pay for their own flights back.
Did you hear that? That was outrageous.
But
you made money with this league.
We did, but these are professional athletes that are now unemployed, had to even pay for their own airfare. Rick, don't you think this is a day in infamy?
Yeah, I would say it is. But, I mean, boy, those first 4 weeks, those unders, I think, were 13-3. And then how about when we go, well, now is the time to start betting the overs, and then, bam, 4-0 overs next week.
Well, on the Dan Patrick show today, they said primarily the reason the league is folding is because their gambling app didn't take hold like they thought it would, and that's where they would be getting a lot of their revenue. Whereas the NFL channel, which was broadcasting the games, was doing it virtually without any money. They weren't paying them at all for it. So they were just the league was looking for exposure. But Rick, they said they haven't closed down business completely, that they plan at some time to pick up if they get the backing and continue from here. I mean, I like the uniforms, so I'd like to see them stick around.
So me too. We got to take a break, guys, but when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about this heartbreak that's gone on in professional football. We got to take a timeout. Chip Chirimbus, Florida Rick, and Frank Perez back after this break.
Trade pros. Whether you specialize in service or new construction, Ferguson knows firsthand how much work goes into a long day on the job, which is why we're committed to offering the products and solutions to get every job done right. With over 1,000 locations, an unmatched selection of specialty products, tools, and supplies, our pro pickup and same or next day delivery, you can trust that doing business with Ferguson will be the easiest part of your hard day's work. Visit Ferguson.com to find a counter location near you.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. They want your money, and guess what? They can legally take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you. So what do? Fight back by letting our team of experts at the tax helpline work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws and will fight to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket.
800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. That's 800-932-1749. Want to fly somewhere? Looking for cheap flights or cheap tickets? Then call. That's right. Call the low-cost airline travel hotline now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. Low-cost airlines has all kinds of cheap travel deals. Fly domestically and save up to 75%. You can even fly internationally and save even more. Yes, fly anywhere in the world and save a lot of money on your plane tickets. We'll even save you money with cheap travel deals on hotels, rental cars, even complete travel packages. So don't book your tickets until you call us first for the absolute cheapest prices on U.S. and international airline tickets and hotels. Call right now for prices so low they can't be published. Travel experts are here 24/7 to help. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. That's 800-754-4531.
And now, a page from the Diary of Flo.
Dear Diary, there's something about protecting people's homes through Progressive that inspires me, because I just had an idea for a book. Well, it was originally an idea for a movie based on a play inspired by a podcast. But the idea is how you can save when you bundle home and auto. Might not be the best idea for a book.
Save an average of 17% on car insurance when you bundle home and auto through Progressive.
Maybe a radio commercial? Guess we'll never know.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
We're back, folks. It's Fifth Street Sports on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. My name's Frank Perez. I am joined with Chip Chirimbus and Florida Rick. Guys, we got a great show. Just to touch a little bit more about this league that's folding up. So, Chip, would you attribute that the quick closure of this league was due to maybe not being able to gamble enough on it?
Well, they were hoping for that to be a big part of the revenue. They certainly were, and it was disappointing for them, I guess, because it takes a while for, I guess, to identify with who you're watching or what you have, and we know they were losing money in attendance. I mean, that's just going to happen. But listen, they say it's not over, that they're still willing to come back and continue the league at another time. It's just they're looking for backing is all they want right now.
But, I mean, gosh, Rick, wouldn't you think that, like, if you were a player, you'd be a little nervous if you just had to pay for your flight home?
Nervous about returning to the league.
Right? It would be kind of choppy if you told here's, like, you're a pro player, and then you told your wife, listen, honey, at least I'm going to make $80,000 this year. I'm playing 8 games. Next thing you know, Monday you're calling and you say, hi, honey, do we got any room left on our visa? You got to fly me in from Birmingham.
Rick, do you know what the top salary was? I think 80 is way high for what they were giving those guys.
It was $10,000 a game. It was right?
$10,000 a game.
Right. I think everyone pretty much got the same amount, right? I don't think they had really different salaries. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was sad.
So,
that's just the top player.
Yeah.
Or is that everybody?
No. I think everybody across the board got $10,000, right?
I believe there was a fixed salary. Correct. That's what Brian said.
Yeah, that's what Brian.
So unless he was uninformed.
We can investigate that some more. But you know what? Here's one right up your alley, Rick. What we were discussing outside, Chip and Nick and everybody. Nick has a little bit of a hard-on for the Texas Tech coach because he signed over here with UNLV and then bailed on us after 10 days. I myself forgave the guy. I don't care. Nick doesn't like that. Chip says it's all fair game, right?
Well, we've seen it done before by coaches. I mean, who's the pro coach who ended up going to Orlando, then came back, and then come back. But we don't know when he really realized what his deal consisted of and what UNLV was doing behind the scenes and behind their back. These other coaches, they haven't been able to get and hold anyone with any stature for eons now. I mean, they had to let Massimino go, and Kruger moved on. I mean, any of these guys that are good move out of here as quickly as they possibly can. And I happen to think there's so much probably dirty work behind the scenes that may have had something to do with his departure. He was only here 10 days, and he probably woke up and went, whoa, what's going on? And he left. So I don't know. I can't say that. That runs in my head because I'm a pessimist, and I guess that comes from being a New Yorker. So that's how I see it.
Well, Rick,
he's a hell of a coach. This guy's going to be getting some real offers here in the next year or so.
And he lost his best bet. He lost his best player to the draft. What was it, Smith? What's his name, Kevin Smith or whoever it was, that went number 4 or 5 in the draft, and they still came to where they are. I mean, that was a great job this year. They played defense every night.
Yeah, the emergence of Jarrett Culver has been sensational. That guy's, played himself into a lottery pick. He didn't do much as his freshman. As a sophomore, he's just destroying everyone he plays, offensively and defensively.
Yeah.
He can't be stopped. He says great moves. He's got a really nice outside shot, and defensively, he's really hard to beat. It's impossible to get a good shot off him. So, yeah, that's going to be a true star of the NBA.
Yeah. Hey, Rick. Now, if speaking of this game, we were discussing this game outside. Chip's been red hot in the NBA. Came back a little bit. I think, what is it now? 27-9 in the last 36.
Yeah. I was 26-4. Now 26-4 is a pretty nice run.
But, we know that feeling, Rick. We know that.
We've gone 0-1, 1-2, and 0-2 since then. So hopefully tonight we'll break back into the win column. But it was 13 straight winning days, and that always puts a smile on your face.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Rick was so on fire. Along with Joey, Daniel, especially Rick, we were so, and then we came back a little bit to the means, but still way ahead. But we were discussing the game. I'm opposed to Chip in this game. I actually like Michigan State. You like Texas Tech.
Well, Michigan State's been so good, and it's so difficult to play against them. It's just that the number is so inviting. A 1 3-point bucket by the Spartans, and you've got to win. And if they made it 3.5, I might have thought about laying it. But at 2.5, I think the public is going to gravitate toward Michigan State. Who is Texas Tech? I didn't know who Beard was. They told me today he used to coach at UNLV. Not in reality, but that's the type of impression the rest of the nation is going to find out next Saturday. Because I'll bet that no one is aware that this guy had a job at UNLV.
Well, we are because my sister's a big UNLV.
But I'm talking about nationwide when they come out on Saturday. Alumni. I mean, who knows that this guy was here?
Yeah, I mean, we don't up here. He's really blackballed to us. A lot of people from here were very hurt that he left us. But like you were saying, I thought it was a good job, but you tend to think it's a crappy job. Right?
They've had trouble keeping anybody that knows what they're doing, and they're really willing to settle for mediocrity. Obviously, I mean they were eligible for the NIT and all these other college tournaments, postseason tournaments. There were a number of years going back, and they turned it down year after year, even when they had winning records. And I'm thinking to myself, why are they not, expounding the program? Why not taking a program so maybe they can go and play a game in New York and somebody from New York might see them play and they end up at UNLV? But they didn't do it. They didn't do that for the last 6 years. I mean, it is, and they made the NCAA. They went to the tournament. If they didn't go to the NCAA, like years ago, they would play an NIT game out here at Thomas and Mack, and you'd get 10, 12,000. You couldn't draw flies out here right now.
No, but this is one where we got to have Rick as our tiebreaker because Brian's a homer Texas Techer. I'm a homer because I'm opposed to him because of what he did to UNLV. Rick, and we're opposed. I like Michigan State. He likes Texas Tech. What do you like in this game?
I like Michigan State money line and Texas Tech plus the points.
There we go.
Oh, you're going for the middle.
There you go. Yes.
I tried that. I took 3 with Michigan State, and I laid the money line on, and all I needed was Michigan State to lose by 1 or for Duke to win by 1, but it didn't work out. That's
well, you got as close as you can get.
Yeah, but team won by 1.
This isn't horseshoes. We got to win this money.
Close is only good in dancing. Yeah. I know that. But
I chopped on it, but it was it was exciting there at the end, and just see how Duke just doesn't. That's a lot of times we've seen them down the stretch really not come through or perform in clutch situations.
So Rick, are you telling me that you're just taking the bailout position and just going for the middle on it?
I really got to just look more and more into it. This game seems so. It seems so evenly matched. It's hard not to take a few points if you can get 3, especially. It looks like it's 2.5 pretty much everywhere. But I would lean, if I had to right now, taking the 2.5 or 3. But man, I may change my mind come Saturday. But these teams are so evenly matched. I can't sit there and say I love one team over the other here. It really does seem like a coin flip.
I was going to ask Rick, do you pay attention to the public action on these games?
Yeah, I sure do.
Have you seen what's happening on this one so far? Because I really haven't. I haven't looked at it heavily at all yet.
As of now, it's actually almost dead 50-50. Like it's 52-48 52-48 is percentages on Tech, and the money is 52-48 on Michigan State. So, you can really put it there. So, if I split down the middle, it'll change come Saturday. I don't know how far, but just judging by what it is early, no one's going to really go above 56, 57%. So,
I don't see it being, if that's where it is now, it doesn't change to 70% overnight. So.
Exactly. Yeah, it'll stay in this 52 to 55% range probably. So, I'll give you a better selection maybe Friday. But right now,
I will have looked into it by then. It's just that it's been early in the week, and I just don't want to actually commit myself predisposed to saying I lock myself in. I like to be able to look a little bit later. Right now, I would take the Red Raiders.
Wow.
And I would lean that way just because they're the ones getting 2.5. If Michigan State were getting 2.5, I would like Michigan State, right, as of now.
Wow. Hey, well, when we come back, I want you to think about it, Rick, because when we come back, I'm going to ask Chip and you and see what we think in the second game. What is it? Virginia is 5 against Auburn or 5.5?
Is it 5.5? If it is, that's a pretty strong number.
Pretty strong number. When we come back, we're going to get your thoughts on it. Chip's going to give his opinion. So is Florida Rick. I don't really have too much on that one, but we'll be back, folks, after this timeout.
Do you use the blue pill to charge your sex life? Have you been thinking about trying the blue pill? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for the other blue pills. Call us and start saving a ton of money for the exact same results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992.
If you or a loved one is suffering from a physical or emotional condition that has left you unable to work, then listen carefully. Take this number down. 800-593-7491. That's 800-593-7491. When you call, you'll speak with a Social Security disability expert and get a free evaluation to see if you may qualify for disability insurance benefits from the U.S. government. That's right, a monthly cash payment paid directly to you from the Social Security Administration. Whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied disability benefits, call now. The disability attorneys at Pinnacle Disability can help you build your case, file an appeal, and represent you at no upfront cost to you. Don't wait another minute to see if you may qualify for your Social Security disability benefits. Call Pinnacle Disability Group at 800-593-7491 for your free case evaluation. That's 800-593-7491. 800-593-7491. Call now.
Being a new parent means every high and low you can imagine. But Evos can make it all easier with a baby monitor you can trust. Go to myevos.com, that's MYEVOZ.com, to see how Evos can be the eyes and ears of your nursery. Evos works with your smartphone to provide a live audio and HD video connection to your baby anytime and anywhere. On a date, at work, away on business, even serving your country overseas, Evos helps you never miss a moment. Whether your baby is with a sitter, your partner, a grandparent, or a friend, you'll be right there too. And with unique features like smart alerts that know the difference between a barking dog and your baby crying, extensive sleep tracking data, and state-of-the-art security features for your peace of mind, Evos is the smart baby monitor for connected parents. And enter the code SPORTS at checkout for $20 off. That's myevos.com. MYEVOZ.com.
Hey, we're back, folks. Boy, it's hot. You talk about one of the most exciting things. The fastest 3 minutes is in between the break when I'm sitting here talking to Chip about ideas and things we're going to be doing on this show. We are on Sports Byline, USA Radio Network, American Forces, iHeart, streaming live, YouTube, Facebook. We got Florida Rick, Chip Chirimbus. Okay, guys, we all went back and forth a little bit on this first game, the second game now. Rick, don't tell me you're not going to take this little sideline seat and you're going to try to middle this Virginia-Auburn game. What do you like in this one?
Well, the one thing that really scares me in this game is Okiki being out. I think Auburn's really going to miss him this game a lot more than they did last game. As of now, I would lean to Virginia minus the 5.5. But, it's tough. I just know how important he is to that team. These Final Four games tend to be pretty close. But if they get out of hand, Auburn's not coming back. If Virginia gets a big lead, it's going to be hard for Auburn to ever come back. So I'm going to lean to Virginia as of right now. But again, we'll talk more about it on Friday.
How about you?
No, well, I want to tell you, I understand his thinking. I had a friend of mine say last weekend Saturday and Sunday when they're determining the Final Four, and he goes, "Well, I know one thing." He goes, "Virginia can't win it."
What?
And he said, "I know one thing: Virginia can't win it." And they're the only number one seed left. And they were the one that everyone was challenging. Do they deserve to be a number one seed, or should it have been Michigan State that should have been a number one seed? Maybe it's Michigan's year. I mean, Virginia's year after the way they lost opening round to number 16 seed last year. And I wouldn't play against them here. I really wouldn't.
No, it's going to be tough. I got, if I had to play, and that, Rick, I hated to corner you on this one because it is a tough game. I don't think Auburn is going to be able to pull it off again without their big guy. I don't even know how they did it against Kentucky, but, me, myself, if I had to go to the window right now, I think I'd go Virginia.
Well, they haven't been there, and they're in a heavy favorites role, actually, but Auburn hasn't been there in eons, and really are a big surprise coming out of the Southeast, the way they beat Tennessee, and they came on. It's been really, they really meshed together, but I think losing their what was his name? Spear? I can't remember his name.
Okiki.
Losing their top player is certainly got to have an impact somewhere along the line. They were getting blown out, it looked like, by Kentucky, and they were down. It was 10 or 12, I thought it was, early, and I really said, well, here it comes. They went as far as they could, and then next thing I know, Auburn's shooting a free throw to take the lead. So they got a lot of athleticism, they really do, and but this Virginia team might be able to just slow them down with their methodical style, and they're very aggressive off the offensive board as well. So.
Scary, though. I was actually, but before the show, I was driving. I was talking to my buddy in Maryland, Brian Sutphin, who's really extremely sharp. And we were going through, where do you think are the most efficient markets at? There's really, the market's efficient. We're not stealing nothing, not finding nothing. Of course, we said the World Cup, probably the NFL playoffs. And he mentioned he thought maybe in the Final Four that this market is about as efficient as you're going to get.
Where's the big name though? Where's the Duke's not there?
No, but what I mean as far as the lines, where the lines are and the market value. Would you agree with that, Rick and Chip? You think that the markets, and there's nothing that nobody's seeing right now here, right?
Well, the public lets you know, don't they? They'll bet one side enough to move the number. I mean that'll let you know where the value is.
What do you think about that, Rick?
I kind of agree with your friend. I think see this being as efficient a market in all as efficient a market as you'll find in all of American sports. This and maybe like the NFL playoffs. You're going to see. You're not going to these lines will be so sharp. You're going to pretty much see 50-50 on each side. You're not going to ever see a big 70% or 65% of the public come on one side. That just won't happen in the Final Four. So I completely agree with your friend Brian here.
Here's one for you, Chip, that we were going to ask you because we've been getting, last week when we documented your thing at 22-2, and then you kept winning still a little bit more. Yeah. Because Rick has gone through it in his NBA. What did you change anything because of the shot clock or your process in picking your NBA winners this year?
No, you're talking about people that evaluate talent. I don't do that. I interpret the number and the line, and it's when I see a number or a line that I think looks intriguing or inviting, and are. I just don't think that they're creating a number so that I can come off the street and sit and make a living. I think if it's too inviting, it looks too,
too trappy.
Yeah, I really look to play the other way. And usually I look at the line first. I look at the matchups in the games, and I'll make little checks. Not many of them because the lines are that good. Just when one sticks out, and I'll make a mark on it, and then then I'll check. I'll check the public action to see where it's going, and then I'll check and see what the professionals are doing with the game and why they might lean or move one way or another. And there's other factors too that we know. I mean, the media pounds a certain side, and there maybe is Embiid playing tonight? I'm not sure. And when you find out information like that, it's the public. It'll sway the public one way or another.
Rick, like when you're doing your analysis, that's one of your major factors, right?
Oh, you're saying like public percentages and so forth.
Yeah.
And yeah, of course, that's even more than like what Chip was saying. The injuries aren't as big a factor as you think. I think the public overvalues injuries, and they end up betting way more on a team because of one certain injury than they ever should. And usually that's what we've talked about in the show from day one. The value is usually on the side where you're actually playing the team who has the injured player.
Don't the Celtics have a better ATS record at least against the points without Irving in the lineup than they do when he's playing? I mean, exactly. He's out 13 games. They're 11-2 while he's down. So.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not even close.
Yeah,
it's like you might as well just sit him every game.
I'm gonna have to interrupt you guys. We actually got a fair amount of messages in through our Fifth Street chat boxes through Facebook and YouTube.com. So let's get through this before we get to the Talk You Can Bet On segment, guys. So as always, we are streaming live through YouTube and Facebook, facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk, youtube.com/Fifth Street Sports. And today we have a few messages in. If you want to let your voice be heard, go ahead, watch us live streaming this right now. The first message comes in from Kurt Morgan. And he's saying, my Tigers get bounced in the second round of the NIT, but my Noles had a good run to the Sweet 16. Can't wait for college football, and it's only April. I like the, he continues his message, I like the over 207 Detroit Pistons. The over is hit in each of the meetings between these teams in 2018 and 2019. And these teams are trending over this number in terms of total points in recent games. What do you guys think? Awesome work as usual. Before we get to that, guys, sorry, I just want to get through the rest of these. Daniel Wages came in and said, just a factor I look at is seniors. Which team in each matchup has the most seniors, especially guards and top scorers? Could we have a TT versus Virginia 51-48 game? Please no. What is the over/under there? And then last but not least, Billy Donlin came in and asked, how come Tottenham playing in the new stadium during the year and not starting? How come Tottenham are playing in the new stadium during the season and not to start next season? I think I could answer that one, but it was already answered in the chat box. They were supposed to move some time ago. Wembley availability is definitely an issue. And generally, if the stadium's available for usage, I think they make money off of it. So anyways, have at it, guys. That's a lot. So if you want me to bring any of them up, I can.
No. That's. I mean, let me let the experts handle that over and under Detroit Pistons question.
I'd rather look at a side in that contest. These two played on Monday, and Indiana had lost 6 of 7 straight up and against the points. Came home and was a heavy 6.5 point favorite, and they won that game. Detroit was, and Detroit won that game. Indiana won the game at home. Now Indiana goes to Detroit. And the line's 3.5. I think the line is shy. I think a lot of people think that the Pistons going to get a bit of revenge here. I'm not really much into all the totals, but I do like the Pacers here to come and upend Detroit. I think they're fundamentally a lot better team, and I think they're 16-6 in the last 22 at Detroit.
Rick, what do you got?
I'm going to tackle both of these. I completely agree with Chip on the side. The Pacers were going to be one of my plays today, so since we're talking about that game, I'll just lay it out there right now. I like Pacers a lot here. Public is just way overvaluing Detroit, putting 4 of every 5 bets in this game. 80% of the public is on Detroit. I don't get this. Indiana's playing just as much as Detroit is for positioning, because Indiana and Boston right now are tied for the 4 seed. So, I mean, they know they're playing each other, but home court in that matchup is such a huge factor. Nobody's sitting in this game. So it's going to be played like a playoff game. And that being said, I do like the points, and because of the way this is being played, and we're talking about the last week of the year, I actually like the under, Kurt. I'm sorry, I know you're going by previous meetings, but once you get into April and you're dealing with teams who are both in the playoffs and playing for things, actually playing for positioning or seeding, at this point you don't want to be going over these games.
What is the total on this game?
Play under. It's 205.5. It's a low total. I believe it actually, Kurt had that 207, so it's dropped a point and a half, but I would only play under here. It's going to be played like a playoff game.
So under, right? I mean, especially when Kurt came in, a 207, 208, forget it. But it's 205 and a half.
In fact, if Kurt, if you're sitting there with 207, don't even blink. Bet the under like it's free money, because you're getting a point and a half, 2 points, free points right there. You know, so
get us down for some, Kurt. Especially if you got some 208, get us down for some. Send in the invoice to Andrew. Send the invoice into Andrew.
And this is that reverse alignment we were talking about the other day, too, on the total, because the total opened to a 7.5. It's down to a 5.5. 80% of the public is on the over here. So, the fact that it's moved like this, with 4 of every 5 bets coming in on the over, makes the under be that much stronger.
Well, guys, when we come back, it's Talk You Can Bet On. By the way, I hope you paid attention. I've been giving out a lot of nice dogs in MLB. I'll have a couple more for you, but I got the experts here. It's Talk You Can Bet On. Back after this.
You may tell yourself that watching the world's best basketball tourney on your phone is okay. Heck, everyone else does it. Well, everyone else is wrong. Tiny screens, cell phone speakers, earbuds, nope, and double nope. Basketball belongs to the big screen, so put your phone on pipe down mode and come to B-Dubs, where the screens are huge and the fans are you. Your hands will be so filled with wings and beers, you'd be hard-pressed to hold one of those nerdy pocket TVs. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Please drink responsibly.
Attention to anyone that's written a book or wants to write a book. The process is not that complicated. Take a first step. Even if you write a page a day, you'll build momentum and your book will become a reality. The hard part is getting it published. That's when you need to call Page Publishing. They've got hundreds and hundreds of thank yous from different new authors, just like you. They make the process of publishing your new book and getting it sold online a simple process. You can learn how simple it is right now by calling for your free Page Publishing New Author Submission Kit. One quick 3-minute phone call, that's all it takes to get free information and learn how you can get your book published. Pick up your phone right now and call us 24 hours a day at this number. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. That's 800-603-0885.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780.
Let's have a chat about your debit card, the card you use for the things you buy every day. What if you could get cash back every time you bought those things? Well, now you can. Introducing Discover Cashback Debit. Just open a Discover bank account and start earning 1% cash back on up to $3,000 in debit card purchases every month, automatically. Plus, there are no monthly fees or minimum balances. Now you can get cash back on the way you like to pay. Open a Discover bank account and get the debit card with cash back. Go to discoverbank.com/debit. Limitations apply. Excludes money market accounts. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
All right, guys. Boy, I like the breaks. Just talking to Chip during the breaks. Talk you can bet on. Fifth Street Sports, Sports Byline, USA Radio Network, American Forces iHeart, streaming live Facebook and YouTube. I'm Frank Perez, joined with Florida Rick and Chip Turimbas. Hopefully we'll have a play-in from Casano, a play-in from Wages. We got a heck of a team we're building over here. Tomorrow's show, I'm going to wait till tomorrow. Rick, it's going to be Oklahoma Brian, you, Chip, and we're going to have an unbelievable guest tomorrow. But it's talk you can bet on. What do we got going over here? I know you're gonna come in with Indiana. I don't know what Chip's gonna come in with.
You mean with the Piston game, or?
Well, with anything for for our viewers that they like.
Well, I did post Indiana, and I think Rick did too. And what's the number on that? +3.5. I mean, that looks kind of shy.
Yeah, 3.5.
That looks shy. Detroit's won 11 straight at home, haven't they? They've covered 11 straight and won 11 straight on outright. That's quite a run
range,
at home.
Yeah. Griffin's
I wrote the game
questionable
up,
still.
so I actually had to do a little research on it.
What what do you got, Rick?
Today? All right. Well, there's a full NBA schedule. There's one college game today, and this we've been talking about all week. Well, we talked about it early on in the week when they gave out USF on Monday. Money line -2, -1.5. They ended up covering the money, winning the money line, pushing the 2. But I talked about this game yesterday as well. When they get to game 2 in the CBI, just play the home team, and I am shocked at how low this line is. I really thought this line was going to be closer to 7.5, 7.5. Paul's 5. This is game 2. The home teams don't lose in these spots. The line is just outrageously low. Public is somehow favoring South Florida here. I guess I saw they won game 1, and they think they're the better team. But DePaul's far and away the better team here. Like giving 5 only at home, I think, is a steal. This is by far my number 1 play of the night. We talked about it yesterday. Brian was talking about it as well. And they'll go on to game 3 Friday night, and that's when you'll have to decide which team. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm saying South Florida's 9-0 straight up and against the number in their last time meetings against DePaul. That's 9-0. I mean, that's almost impossible to do. And now DePaul comes up. What did you say this number is? 6.5? I saw it 6.5 this morning.
5.
And
I see it's 5 now.
And which means that the public has taken it. And for the most part, Rich, hasn't this tournament been a home court advantage tournament, the CBI, for the most part? I mean, South Florida, I think, had lost 6 straight at home coming into this tournament. Then they've won 3 straight and covered 3 straight at home, and now they're on the road. So I see it being a struggle for them tonight, the Bulls.
I see it the same way. I don't see it being that close, to be honest. I think if we're going to have a close game, it'll be in game 3 on Friday night. But I think DePaul wins going away here.
DePaul won their I think they won the most games they ever in the Big East this year. I mean, it was one of their finest seasons. But at the end of the year, they had a number of games where they hit 100 or came close to 196 or 95 points. And so it shows that they have the offensive firepower to get over the number at least. So, like you said, tonight would be the night to expect probably the blowout, and then the next time they play in the championship game, if DePaul gets by, might be the time to look to the dog.
Yeah, it's funny, Chip, in the CBI, like you were saying, I don't recall game 1 or game 2, either team losing at home. And in those games, they typically cover every time as well.
It seems year in and year out. You played a home team in the first game of the 3-game set. You played a home team in the second game of the 3-game set. And you should be 2-0 going into the final.
Exactly, yeah. And the finals
seems to happen every year.
It does. And that's what I was saying on Monday.
Yeah.
That's what you guys predicted. It's always a 3-game series,
and
right?
Trends are a big part of, say, I know they're a huge part of baseball, but it's a huge part of every handicapping sport that you're involved in, and they can't be ignored, because I always like to write sometimes at the end of my little essay, and the beat goes on. They've won 9 in a row, and they're going to win. People are playing against it, looking for it to come back, and you just got to play with it. And we had spoken about that, about losing teams winning in baseball. The Orioles, who you've been on, are winning teams that are losing in baseball. The Red Sox and Yankees, and you just continue to play those streaks and continue to play those trends until they're broken.
Rick, I send you my baseball every morning. Did you see the day we had yesterday?
It's unbelievable.
7-2, baby, with all these dogs.
And most of them being all dogs, yeah.
7-2,
a lot of big
all
dogs, too.
All dogs.
It's been like this pretty much since day one.
That's pretty good.
And I think on today's card we had the White Sox, right? Yeah, the White Sox were on there.
You did, yeah, as a huge dog against Kluber, yeah.
Yeah, and what are they up 8-1 right now? So we just started off with a nice dog day.
They won 8-3. Yeah.
8-3. I mean, I'm not chirping. Because we know what can happen. And
I heard about that playoff game for 6 weeks when you beat me.
Oh yeah, no,
but he wasn't chirping.
But Rick, I mean, the baseball's been good, buddy. Baseball.
Oh, talk about baseball. Yeah, baseball's incredible.
380 underdogs.
In April, of all things, you're getting plus 330s and 320s.
Oh my gosh!
How about those NITs unders last night, Frank?
Oh,
nail those or what? Not just they were under, but they were under from pretty much opening tip game, first half, second half. You would have gone 6-0 on the unders. You would have sweated one of those bets.
Loved it.
It was Chip. Have you been on these NIT unders this year too, with all these new rules?
I really don't get involved with the totals all that much. I'm more of a sides guy. And like I said, I'm more of a numbers reader, and I have an image in my mind or a thought of how powerful a team is or how powerful the public or the media might project a team to be, and then I'll look against the point spread, and that it's worked out for me. I've been doing this 40 years, so.
No, Rick, those totals were off the chart. Those totals yesterday. But do you like this under tonight?
No, because we're not in the NIT. But I love tomorrow. I'm going to give it out early as a play right now. Tomorrow night, you have one shot left. Get on it. I mean, early because it's only going to move this direction. We get on Lipscomb, Texas under 143. I'm guessing at this point it'll probably close 140, 140 and a half. But and I hate to say this because numbers do matter, but I don't think the number will matter. But you still want to get the best number, and I think you're going to get 2 points to the best, if not 3 if you got it now.
Lipscomb. In Texas.
Yeah, Lipscomb versus Texas, yeah.
Under.
I mean, who would have thought Lipscomb? You're making me say Lipscomb now, but who would have thought Lipscomb?
Well, with Bisons and Longhorns, this game should be played on the range.
Yeah. But are you going to give that out as your free play, this Indiana?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your free play. Rick double checks that off.
You want another one?
Well, I'll take all I can get from you guys,
I want Chip's free plays for sure.
What do you? I saw the matchup here. Now Dallas comes off winning huge. They upsetting Philadelphia without Embiid. They win 122-102. Now they come up 1 point favorite at home against Minnesota. That piqued my interest a little bit. The Timberwolves getting bombed at home by Portland last time out. And I really am kind of surprised the Timberwolves have won as many games as they have this year. I mean, it's been a rough season with Jimmy Butler and everything else that's going on there. And I think it's been a rather decent year for them. And, Rich, I looked at it today, and I looked at that game. I put a little check by Minnesota. I didn't necessarily use them, but I just thought Dallas coming off the big win, them coming off a disappointing home loss, that they should come together here. And making Dallas a small favorite, I didn't quite see it.
Okay.
Any opinion on that?
I would only be on your side too. The public is heavily on Dallas.
I gotta like this guy.
Yeah. Oh no. He's
well, Chip's always gonna be. You pretty much want to be on Chip's side or no side.
How about that?
Hey, well, Rick. I mean, but you guys are not endorsing this. Is like we shouldn't put our cash on this, right?
Well, who's to say? What wins or what loses? I mean, sometimes you love a game. I mean, you can't like it any more than you possibly do, and it doesn't get there. I mean, this is a crapshoot. I mean, really, we're just giving it our best, and hopefully we come through.
Okay, so talk you can bet on. We're gonna release Minnesota. All right, we're gonna release Minnesota.
I'm putting as a play too. Yep.
All right, what about you, Rick? What do you got over here? Everybody's waiting to bet.
Right. I'm sorry. So I like game 5-10 tonight. That would be Miami Heat. Pick them -1 against Boston. Here's a situation: the Heat have only a couple home games left in the Dwayne Wade era. The Heat are, as you know, we talked about this the other day. There's 3 teams going for 4 playoff spots in the East with Detroit, Brooklyn, Miami, and Orlando. So every game here is so huge. You can be the 6th seed or you can be the out, or 7th seed, 8th seed, you can be out. So Boston is fighting with Indiana for that 4th seed. But the Heat have played Boston really well this year. They destroyed them at home a couple months ago on a TNT Thursday night game. I think they won by about 25 or 30. They're coming back home tonight after playing them the other night. Tough in Boston. They ended up covering it. They hit a 3-pointer, I believe, at the buzzer to cover that number and lose by only 5. So now they're getting them home. I think the Heat are going to come out, all cylinders firing, and I expect them to win this game. Like I said, they're going to either pick them or -1. The line open, Boston -1. It's now Heat -1, and the public's pretty split in this game. Usually they're really big on the Celtics, but I think the Heat get this one done, so I'm going to give out 5-10 Heat.
You may have the right side. I had to throw this one out. I'll tell you why. I had Boston, and they got out to a 23-point lead over Miami 2 days ago, and a 40-footer at the buzzer, meaningless, cut the margin from 8 to 5, and I ended up. That was my loser that night. I had Boston, so it's hard for me to come back here and play against them, and so I just X the game out completely because what they're doing into my brains are scrambling them with an egg beater.
I also think the Heat are going to come out, play especially hard because of, Wade only having a couple of home games left. So the fact that it's going to be a sold-out crowd, crazy atmosphere, which we don't get many sellouts here in Miami anymore. So, it'll be the really fun night for everyone there. It'll be really loud, just like the old days with the LeBrons and Bosches and everyone. So I expect the Heat to, come out.
I'd like to see Miami get in. I mean, they've been beat up all year. I think Spoelstra's done a tremendous job considering the players that have been down and back. And I still don't know what the story is with Whiteside, when he's good, when he's not good, why they want him in, why they don't want him in. I have difficulty with that guy and understanding, his role, because sometimes he's healthy and they don't even play him. And other times he's grabbing 21 rebounds with 12 block shots. So it's difficult for me to comprehend what's going on down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. But, I think the Heat will sneak in the playoffs and they'll maybe get the 8th seed and play Milwaukee in the first round. It'll be a, fun series to go see a game or two down here. See Antetokounmpo live. Although I don't think the Heat would win the game.
But, Rick documented, since you've done the whole NBA season, I think in about 25 plays in the Golden State games and 25 plays in the Heat games, like Golden State is the Golden State games either way have been the thorn in your side, but the Heat games have been your jewels. I mean, I can only remember you losing one game. Either you zigzagged perfectly on this Heat. I mean, this guy.
That's exactly.
That's great when you can catch that rhythm and you get that balance.
He's got the
It's
Heat.
like you'd see it ahead of time.
He's got the Heat rhythm. I'm staying off all his Golden State games. I've made a thing. I just don't know why he's very unlucky in the Golden State games.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't call it unluck. I would just say, it's all right. Well,
it's the late start.
I'll give
Rick, when we come back,
I think that's what it is. I'm too tired. I'll give out one more pick when we come back. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, guys, we got to take. Well, we still got about 15 seconds, so I can talk to Chip. So Chip, you guys both like Indiana. That's a major play. You both are on Minnesota.
Well, but my top play tonight on Chip Wins is a different NBA game between.
Well, you got to go to Chip Wins for that one.
Yeah.
But guys, we got to wrap it up. Back in 3 minutes, guys. Fifth Street Sports. Rick's gonna have another play.
Where do you want to go on a vacation or honeymoon? The Caribbean, Europe, Hawaii, Mexico? How about Disney or a cruise? At Superior Cruise and Travel, we've got you covered. We'll assign you your own travel concierge. They'll help you design a custom vacation plan that you can't find online. And the service is completely free. You can't compare the value of this to any other online travel company. We can help you plan a custom vacation anywhere in the world. We even offer payment plans with no credit card required. Now you pay off your vacation on your time schedule. Call now and mention the promo code RADIO and save up to $500. Book your custom trip. Call Superior Cruise and Travel now and talk to one of the highest rated travel agencies in the country with a 5-star A+ online rating.
800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. That's 800-570-9631.
Remember in the beginning, when you first started to build a life for you and your family, you never imagined it would come to this. Instead of living your dreams, you're living with debt. In fact, it's smothering you. Now there's a way you can take back control with one simple call. If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, you qualify to receive a free, no-obligation consultation on how to get rid of that debt for good. Call the Debt Helpline now. We work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. One simple call is all it takes to get the ball rolling to a debt-free life. Stop living with debt and start living your dreams. Call the Debt Helpline now.
800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. That's 800-957-6063.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But the secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
Guys, Fifth Street Sports, Sports Byline, USA Radio Network. This is Frank Perez with Chip Chirimbus and Florida Rick. We got a little bit more talk you can bet on. Rick, you got one more play, buddy.
I have one more play, and that would be in the NBA tonight. It is the last game on the schedule, game 524. That's Clippers, plus 1.5 at home against Houston. Houston is coming off back-to-back wins against Sacramento. They just blew them out last night on the road, traveling to the Clippers. Clippers have been a team who's been just flying under the radar. I don't even know if you realize this. The Clippers won 8 of 9, 13 of 15. They're actually now trying to get to the 5 seed in the Western Conference. Houston now thinks if they can win the rest of their games, they could possibly steal that 2 seed if Denver can drop a couple. But I think the public is big on Houston. I like Clippers tonight at home.
It's a good matchup, Rich. I think Clippers have already beaten them twice this year, and the other factor is that Houston. That's it. Forget it. Great pick. I lost it. Wherever I was, I lost it. It's gone. Sorry.
You lost. It's just a senior moment. A senior moment over here on Fifth Street Sports. But okay, so let's recap this both. You and Chip both like Indiana plus 3.5. You both endorse Minnesota over Dallas. You like the Clippers plus 1.5. Tomorrow, a game way ahead, Rick. You say under in the Texas Lipscomb game, right?
Yeah, correct.
Under is there something I'm missing over here?
And tonight, DePaul minus 5 against South Florida.
DePaul minus 5. And now let me give you some of my baseball tonight, folks. You know what? I'm staying with my Baltimore Orioles plus 150, St. Louis Cardinals plus 105, and your New York Giants. Like them again. Like them tonight. They lost last night. That was one of my 2 losses.
Giants.
I mean, San Francisco Giants. Excuse me, San Francisco.
I saw the New York Giants play. I saw him play in the Polo Grounds. He never saw him play.
You know what? Just for that, Rick. Tomorrow when Brian's on the show, because he's going to like it. I know the story about Brian when he used to wear the bag over his head like the old Saints fans. Tomorrow we're going to really find out if Chip had clothes underneath the barrel when he did a show in New York. But folks, we appreciate you. We thank you. Florida Rick, Chip Chirimbus, Frank Perez. See you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. Have a great day.
Now, I have a question.
USA Radio News with Tim Berg.
the White House is looking for ways to limit the economic impact of President Trump shutting down the U.S.